Hi everyone, it's Susan Winter. Welcome to my channel. I'm here continuing answering your questions that you've written me. So for my subscribers, many thanks. Look at where we've come to. Thank you so much. Those of you who are new, I hope that you will find the information that you so want and need in your dating and mating quest. So I'm continuing with questions here. This one is someone who is stuck in the makeup, breakup loop. It is an easy loop to get into, and there are so many people who have this ongoing dynamic, and it can last for years. It can last for years, and then, worse of all, it becomes normal. We become accustomed to this and start to accept this as our new normal. So here is Georgie's question. Georgie writes me, "Hey Susan, I've been in a 6-month relationship. He would keep ending it out of the blue for no reason, and then he would want me back. I would go back each time. We've ended it for good. I'm finally getting over it, but he's making it very difficult for me. Watching my every move and causing trouble if he sees me even chatting to another guy. I can't seem to move on. Help." Georgie, you're with a narcissist. Lots of information on that on YouTube. You are with a narcissist. You are with somebody who doesn't want to take care of you, but they want you when they don't have you. So this is like somebody that gets the idea that they want to steal their dad's car and drive it around, but then they hit a curb and just leave it there. Like, he doesn't want to take care of you. He doesn't want to do the business of being in a relationship, but he likes the feeling of you wanting him. This is not a good cycle. Now, my dear, you need some boundaries. It isn't what he's doing, it's what you're willing to put up with. You've said you're done with him. You have to make sure that that makes sense to you in your head. If you say, "I'm done with you," you need to do it for a concrete reason that you can really get behind, that has sticking power. Like, "I'm done with you because you've made me crazy. And I'm not a crazy person. You're acting nuts. You keep making me define myself every time I believe in you, and I go back in because you won me back, because that's the part that you're so good at, because you have to do it over and over again, because you can't actually do a relationship. That part you can't do. You can seduce me and get me in the gate, then you can make me feel horrible, then you can dump me, but then you want me back. So you're good at the pickup and you're good at the recovery, but you're not good at having a relationship." There are people that only practice those 2 steps. You know, having a relationship of value is one of consistency. So many people who write me, what you're really writing about is there's no consistency. So we glom onto this, it's so natural for us to hook onto, oh my gosh, when it was fabulous. You remember that time that they looked you in the eyes, the time you were lying in bed, the smell of their skin, the taste of their lips. We go back to these happy moments, and we're trying to recover that. And there's all this chaos and drama. And it's that one moment that we lock into and freeze that frame. And we go through hell and back to try and get that. And that's the hook that they can pull you back in through again. It's in your memory of the value of what you think that was. We have to learn to honor ourselves and start to think of the entire relationship in its totality, and not base our actions and reactions on those few moments in time that were so precious, that are unsustainable. We need to look at the totality of what we suffered, meaning, is there more bad than good? If there are bad things, can I turn it around? Can we find conflict resolution? If not, this person clearly can't sustain something. Now, what is really appalling to me, and should be equally appalling to you, is that this person doesn't care enough to maintain you and take care of you as the precious creature that you are. But the minute that somebody else might want you, they selfishly want you back. Not to do anything positive with you, not to edify your life, not to love you, not to make you happy, and not even to be in a relationship, just because they don't want somebody else to have you. because it's theirs. It's territorial. This is about what the lowest consciousness level that you can get to. It is so primitive, it's appalling. And it is driven by insecurity that's coming out in anger and control and hostility. And you don't need to be a victim of this. I'm glad that you wrote me. If you were here, I'd really sit you down and have a conversation with you. But this is the best I can do through the lens of this little discussion here on this channel. So think better of yourself. This pattern is not going to change. When somebody does this to you, they do it to you. And don't think you're special in that they only did this with you. They do it to everyone. They do not know how to sustain a relationship. They know how to torture you endlessly, but they cannot sustain a relationship. This is not acceptable, and they're trying to interfere with your life. That's where you have to put your foot down and say no. And by the way, if you continue to bother me, I will take this up with the authorities and get a restraining order. You've got a lot of recourse here, but assert yourself and assert your boundaries. No means no. You didn't want me. You don't get to keep having me and dumping me. That loop is never going to serve you. There's no time that that's going to flip to the good. You can't keep practicing a negative shot and expect to shoot well. I don't do it in golf, and I don't suspect that you're going to want to do this in a relationship. So don't practice failure, because there's no win here. None for you. None. This is an unhealthy person. That's all you say. Don't need to think it through. Unhealthy person, not healthy, isn't giving me what I want, doesn't have a skill set for a relationship. This is dysfunctional. I'm out of here. I hope that helps you. It's kind of cut and dried, but we got to stop you going through this loop. Thanks so much for writing me. For any of you who want to work with me one-on-one, just check out my consultation page at susanwinter.net. There are a couple of different ways to do it, by the minute, by the hour, or by the day. Thank you so much.